good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, good evening even. I'm your host, Spark and A, here with episode 2 of the STS Cast Revival, I guess you would call it. Joined with my co-host, King Woman 66. Introduce yourself, King Woman 66.
Hi, I'm Carlos Gaines, or Car, whatever everyone prefers. I'm just the captain and main support player for Ignition Pyro T2. I am just currently taking Gringo's spot because he is dominant at work. So,
Oh, he's
yeah.
not even at work, bro. He went to a scrim over this.
Oh, that's right! Munching meat is
Yeah, he
today,
went to
yeah.
a T3 scrim over this. Like, he
Imagine.
doesn't even
Imagine being
play.
T3.
He doesn't
Imagine being
play.
T3.
Oh, her mic is
Gringo.
garbage. It's okay,
Hey,
Taco. We don't
shut
have to
up.
acknowledge it.
Shut up.
She's talking from inside of her Canadian igloo right now.
I'm not even in the bathroom. I'm in my room. The adapter for my phone wouldn't work, so here I am, and my laptop can't actually
Honestly, where's
handle
Clonk?
Discord. Where is Song?
Where's Clonk? Clonk, you want to join? I feel like your mic will be good.
That's so mean.
Listen, it's funny, but at the same time, it does sound like you're in the quantum realm.
Okay, just a second. I can try and fix it. Give me a second.
Speaking in a military base, Drew. Drew. Oh, I'm by myself. Clonk, join one of the VCs in Shithouse. I'll drag you in. Or Car will. Someone will. Bob Waffle's not in this server. I can't bring him in. I also didn't talk to Bob Waffle beforehand. Okay, so today's obviously gonna be a little scuffed, right? Because Gringo canceled on us.
Hi.
Oh,
Is
hello.
that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay. I fixed it. Alright. Okay. So what are we starting with first, Spark?
What do we have? We have power rankings we could do, top 5 players for each role. Let me go into studio mode real quick and make sure that I'm not showing anything. Okay, sick. Basically, or I gotta. Oh, ooh, I hit the wrong button. Guys, being a streamer is really hard. Okay, so yeah, she's moved into a safe space now. Okay, so we'll swap over to a recap of our week 4 power rankings, which was what we did last week on the show.
Alright.
We'll do that, and then we can talk about some of the changes that are going to be happening, just due to some of the outcomes of the games this weekend. I mean, this
Alright.
weekend we had, what was it? This week was Rose City Rogues versus by 5-0'd, as we predicted correctly. Rocker versus Coliseum, which was a 3-0. Pyro versus Zora, which is a 3-1. L13 versus Tuscany was a 3-0 for Lucky 13 in an astounding 40 minutes, apparently.
Yeah, I think it was less than that, actually. It was less than 40 minutes.
It's like 50, almost an hour. Per the game footage, but we'll call it 40 minutes. It's funnier that way. And then
Alright.
No One T2 versus Aztec. Aztec forfeited, so it was.
Oh, I didn't know they forfeited.
Yeah, no, it's free. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, Bob Waffle ruins everyone. True. Obviously, I think one of the most concerning matchups was Tuscany getting 3-0'd. I personally watched the VOD footage, and from what I saw, it was a very large gap in the off tank and the flex DPS spot.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you go.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna read out what Gringo had said. He had written in some things for me, and basically he was saying that, like, especially in first map, that the off-tank difference between Viper and Bread was not close at all. Viper was more consistent on, like, the dives and the peels more than Bread could be, which isn't surprising since I know Bread from T1 of being a support player, and seeing him on flexing around is kind of hard, especially when like you see he was recently signed to the team he's been, and of course like your team has that synergy, so it makes sense for Viper to be better with his team. But it shows that synergy can sometimes beat talent when a lot of people think it can go both ways. The main tanks are kind of playing together very close, but of course it's the synergy. Stingy had more support going into him. One thing that Gringo did say about the support lineup was that that hates both of the support lineups. But Holly and Shadow, sorry, Jolly, I can't read. Jolly and Shadow were doing better than Nocturnal and Sunny, which even to me is surprising because I've heard that Nock and Sunny have been playing together for like, what is it? I don't even know how
I'd
long.
known they've been playing together since July or June of 2020, around
So
there.
yeah, that's like almost 2 years now. It's after playing with someone for that long, you'd think you'd get a lot of synergy time together. It doesn't depend on the team you're playing with. Support
Oh,
synergy is amazing.
team clunk up when you can. Um,
Oh, okay.
but honestly, on the point of Sunny and Nock, don't like that pairing because I know Sunny as a Reddit Lucio and I know Nock as also a main healer. So it's like it's double main healer and then one of them has to flex to flex or one of them has to play flex support. So it's like
Yeah,
you're admitting weakness at one spot at least. Um,
yeah,
in my opinion, I don't like that combo. Um,
mhm,
but yeah, no, I
yeah.
agree. I mean, Buo, you're the GOAT, but at the same time, you can only do so much. And it was kind of evident there that if you don't have good teamwork with whoever you have at Flex DPS, I don't know where Cyber was. I guess men just evaporated. But he wasn't there, and I mean, it was just.
Arthur and Buo versus Zero and Jamif, and if you let Jamif go on a hero he's going to go, Zero will always pop off. I've played against him before, and
Yeah, no,
it's really good
Zero's.
DPS player.
Yeah, no, I think the DPS players in this for the top four teams, the DPS players are really good. Um,
Hmm.
or top four, top five. Well,
Yeah, whatever.
for
We'll
this
go
week,
top five.
yeah, we'll say top five. They're really good, and it's honestly just a like you're gonna get the same amount of output from your main like hits, like your hit scan player or like whoever you're relying on for the most damage on that team. It's all about
Mhm.
on if their duo can do
Yeah.
like can it's basically a duo diff like whose DPS duo is better than the other one, and
That's
that
what I was gonna say, yeah. Because like I feel like the matchup between Zero and Buo is a good matchup. I feel like they're both equally skilled hit scans and can do damage together. But Arthur just wasn't doing it this game. He wasn't being able to help his DPS out anyway, and Jamif was helping Zero out so much. I'm assuming he was playing mostly junk, what I'm hearing, or he was playing like spam DPS
I mean
that
he
there was
played
break.
junk map one. I didn't get to watch some of the other maps.
Oh yeah,
I kind of been busy a little bit. And
that's
the guy
fine.
who did watch it decided to go to a scrim instead of being on the show. Also,
Yeah.
Clonk's here. Hi, Clonk.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Everyone say
good,
hi to Clonk.
good evening, gamers.
Good
That's
evening.
crazy. Clonk might be our first 2 week in a row guest. We'll reveal that later,
Oh
by the way.
my.
Um,
Uh,
Clonk, what were your? Did you watch the L13 versus Tuscany game?
I did not get the chance, but from what I know from like context clues and shit, um, Bo Boo's one of the consistent like DPS. Like, he's really good at DPS, especially that hit scan and cast role that he finds himself in. So when he's just unable to produce much because of his team, I get the frustration. Um, I mean, 0-2, nothing to be scoffed at as well, dude. It's
Yeah,
crazy
no,
with
I
it.
think that. I mean, I think that goes to my point earlier that like the top five like DPS players from like or the top five teams, their main DPS player are all in that similar category of being able to output, and it's all on if their DPS duo can like whoever you know commits more basically, or like not commits, sorry, like impacts the game more in my opinion. With that
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
said, Artho is some ass.
Yeah,
That
I have played him. I don't remember if I've scrimmed him or not. Um. Oh, did we scrim them, Cello? Honestly,
See, when the last time
you would know when someone's good on bench, Cello. You definitely would. But yeah, Artho from the first map I saw was just getting his shit rocked the entire time. It like he just wasn't able to do anything. His May on first point specifically was just some fucking hot ass. Like there none of the walls like they had like two good walls but couldn't capitalize on them. Almost like Cello May. 'Cause that shit's ass. Shit stinks. I VOD reviewed. Okay, so we scrimmed Tuesday, and I went through
Yeah.
and counted 6 shatters that Cello blocked of our own Rhine.
I remember that. That was funny.
Bro, I thought Wib was capping when he was like, "Oh yeah, Cello blocked all my shatters." Nah, that man blocked 6 of them by himself. Honestly, was playing for the. He was a secret agent. He was playing for the other team the entire night.
I think the last time I scrimmed toucans, it would have been around the 20th of February, but it just.
Why do you know the date?
Oh, that was the game. I don't know because that was the
7
game day.
PM.
That was the game day.
7:01
I remember
PM
now.
Eastern. Two
No,
drops,
no,
Slight cold.
2 bullets of sweat ran down my
No.
face as I
I
tried booping.
I-
Tried booping fucking Hammond mines.
Shut up. We don't talk about that. Munching's gonna kill me.
We did
No, I remember
counts
it
and we
was-
staggered bread for over 3 minutes over the whole game. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, I
Jesus
heard
Christ.
that Brad would like get demeched to shoot around, and then he would get remeched and then get demeched again instantly. He could not play the game at all.
That's not a stagger, bro. That's a war crime. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No. I remember the last time we played toucans was our game. It was February 21st at 9:15 EST because I had to drive home from work.
L13 doing
Oh.
their best Russia impression, apparently, just shooting at civilians for no reason. That's
Jesus
crazy. That is
can't say those
crazy.
things.
Yeah, I
You
can.
can't say-
I just did. It's my show. I can say it, believe it or not. Why do you say cello instead of cell? Because it's like the musical.
Cello.
It's the musical instrument. It's spelled the same way, but cello.
I said cello before, but like I talked to him, and it's cello.
Oh,
so.
he wants it to be cello, but I'm not gonna give him what he wants. It's cello. That's how I'm gonna say it. You can either live with it or eat ass or something like that along
Cope.
the lines. Cope. True. Start tossing if that happened to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Go taco, pop off.
I feel
Pop
that.
off, man.
Honestly, didn't that happen to you? You got your shit rocked this week, buddy. What happened? Speaking of getting their shit rocked, we have 2 players from Ignition to recap the game. I didn't watch these codes. I
Oh, the game, right? Oh god,
Yeah,
I was
can
shaking
one
the
of-
entire time.
Oh god damn.
Sorry, in games I just kind of shake because I get really nervous, especially because I'm the captain. Like, I'm not gonna say anything else, but about my position on the team. But I just get really.
wait. Hold on.
Scary.
Can I read Munching's notes from from the game? I have to go and find these, but in
No, I know where they are. I know where they are. I know I can read them to you. I'll ping you.
I think it's funny. Like these were if you ping me in them, I want to like read those as this is what a T3 player. Actually, Munching some.
Munching is
Hey.
back in plat.
Let me-
Everybody give it up. Munching is back
Let's
in plat.
go.
Let's go.
He's back where
Let's go.
he
Let's go.
belongs.
We did it.
Fog. Shout out to the ladder for putting him back where he's supposed to be. Thank
And I
God.
mean, not to brag or anything, but Ignition did a warm-up scrim with Ignition Fire Nation, and depending, not it doesn't even matter how our performance was. They won the game. So, is that telling that Ignition breeds winners? Yes, it is.
Oh, I can't
Wait.
even find. I can't even find. Did he change his
Found it.
Discord tag?
I found
I
it.
tried
I
doing
found
from
it.
Munching Carrot, but what the fuck is?
It was really hard to get. It was really hard to find. I found
Okay.
it though.
Alright, so these are the official notes from the Munching Carrot, aka the co-CEO of this godforsaken League.
On my Lucio.
On Cars Lucio. The first one is you can't boot mines. Which is, I think we all know that. I know that because I'm a
I
30.
didn't know that. I
What?
didn't know that. I
Wait,
didn't
wait,
know that.
really?
Wait,
No
what did you think
shot.
Booping Minds did?
No shot. No shot,
I
you're
thought
being
my-
serious right now.
I am. I thought if you booped mines, like if you did the thing, because like if you damage mines, like they get rid of mines, right? I thought if you like hit the mines, it would like kill them. I swear I've done that every
Car,
scrim that
how
I've
long
seen.
have you been playing Overwatch?
Um,
I'm a DPS player. Why do I know this?
I believe
Oh.
since I've been playing since season 17.
Oh, Car isn't the only person who's like stupid. I have zero game knowledge of the game.
The
I
only
was
reason
playing-
I know Lucio Tech is because I'm a 3890 Lucio ball player.
Oh, I
They-
have some other fun things you won't believe from me. Just a second, you go first, Clunk.
Yeah. So, I have like zero game sense or like game knowledge at all. I played for my first Pyro scrim. I EMP'd a soldier who was visoring. Because
remember that.
why wouldn't it cancel out?
I know,
Tell
right?
me.
I don't know why it wouldn't cancel out. So yeah, no,
They
when
just
you
want him to be so powerful. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
tell me how it can cancel this dude's legs. How can I make this dude paraplegic while not being able to just snatch his glasses away from him, bro?
I'm dead. I'm dead.
His ass in a wheelchair. Fucking Crippy with the grippy.
Okay.
If you get that
You-
and you've been on TikTok, I'm proud of that reference. Honestly though, the only reason I know it is because I tried doing it once and booped and then ran right into it, realizing it didn't boop. Now obviously if I'm on support, that means I'm playing either in a troll scrim or in I'm sorry to all gold support players out there, but I run your lobbies. Listen, I am the one who knocks. You're scared of me when I queue. It's not the other way around.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
What do you mean? I'm the best DPS BAP this side of the Mississippi.
I've only ever seen you play Lucio. I've literally only ever seen you play Lucio, and that's it. And Zenyatta, that's it.
Yeah, I know. I just play damage.
Still works.
Yeah, I play funny heroes. Then the next one is always res in front of the other team. What are they gonna do? They're plat. That's true.
It's a good one.
I get it.
I like that
So
one.
good.
I
Any
did
truers?
that. I did that. They didn't. I rest. So this was on Hollywood. This was on Third Point. Clock. I don't know if you remember this. I was in a Valking Mercy. I was like, you know what? It was either Bob Waffle or Clonk Pog. I revive. I went with Clonk Pog because Clonk Pog.
Alpha decision.
Alpha
And-
move.
And then I went and revived. I got down to like 2 HP. Taco didn't kill me or boot me away, and I got a mini and I survived. And
Well, that's
Clonk
'cause
did
Taco
die.
sucks.
Taco's good, man.
Taco is good, but
Nah, he sells. He's a secret agent.
T2.
He's a secret agent.
It's hard to be good in T2. But I miss half the shots I shoot.
Bro, can you
I
shut
can- I
up?
can-
You're literally
I
the
can-
final boss. You're
I can
literally-
play
you're
as
peaking
well
right
as
now.
I can. I can play as well as I can, but like at the end of the day, I'm gonna come out of there with like 39% weapon accuracy and be like,
I'm getting
oh,
you hand cam next scrim, by the way. I can't deal
That
with
would-
it anymore.
that would be fun.
Oh
my
and then
God.
After that,
Oh,
it's
I'm a deviant.
you can't boot Mine's car. Because I'm assuming he watched it and you tried it again. And then the next one is always use amp when your team doesn't need it. That way it's still on cooldown. Then you can't boot Mine's car in all capital letters. And his final point is melee more on Lucio. It looks really cool. So
And I never melee on characters. Everyone goes like, you don't melee. I'm like, no, I just
yeah,
don't
I don't
press
know
the melee
how you
button.
don't do that. Like,
I just
okay,
don't.
so there's this thing in COD that like you would do. It's like it's called YYing. And basically it's like it's just something to do while there's nothing going on, and like you're just pressing the Y button, which switches your weapon. So you're just like kind of like getting
Oh,
the
I also
weapon switch
don't
animation
do
over and
that.
over.
I don't do that.
Yeah, no, I do that because I'm a crack addict. And I also enjoy blaming that on getting fucking pwned. But no, but there's a lot of times where I'm just like coming out of spawn and just like meleeing, or just I'll shoot. Also, I don't understand how you don't melee cancel some of your animations. How you don't do that, like, or how people don't think to do that is beyond me.
I like seeing the pretty
Melee
color.
cancellations in Overwatch?
Yeah, what?
Yeah. What?
What?
Hello? Car, have
Okay,
you been playing like
anyway.
Valorant the entire time?
Anyways, guys,
She only plays support. She's been on Mercy Jail for too long.
did you know on Baptiste? Did you know I thought his his secondary healing where he does a heal burst? I thought that only healed him until console watch. And like halfway when I hit BA, like when I played BA Event Horizon, someone taught me that through my whole my whole CGL for my first team. I didn't know BAP did that.
That's crazy.
There's more things I didn't know about this game. I just can't remember them. There was one with Brig. I know that for sure. Like, oh, Rally. I didn't know that Rally existed. I thought you only healed your teammates with packs.
Oh,
Wow.
why am I talking to an AI in Clone right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You are a script.
This is AI learning.
Someone let me captain a team. Look where we are.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Honestly, okay, I have something before we get to the ignition verse, or while we're still on this topic. We're gonna end up rambling a lot because I can and I want to. What's
Yo,
one
fucking gringo, bro.
true?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
True.
What were you
Do
gonna
it to
say,
a
Spark?
scrim. What's one like meta comp that you could bring back that got like patched out? Like for me, there's sometimes where I wish the Ash Tracer with the Brig and like you double pack the Tracer. Like I kind of want that back because that was so much fun.
What about
You didn't need to
Ghosts?
be good at Tracer, and you could just have 200 health and just do the Lord's work.
Mm.
Like I don't know about for
Our-
you guys what your selected comp is, but that's mine personally.
You know what? I would bring back. Actually, I don't know. I really didn't pay attention to Overwatch comps that much. I was a Mercy player up until like last year.
No, I mean any comp that like doesn't get played now even. Like I was
Mercy
playing
Brawl. Kidding. I promise. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hold on, can I have a real answer to this? I'm tired of talking to the AI.
Alright.
My bad.
Sorry. I'm scheduling a trip to Chicago.
Oh shit.
Nice.
You wanna go to
yeah.
Kanye's house?
No, I'm gonna kill Cello.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
awesome.
Yeah. But fuck. I don't pay attention to comps as much as I should. I don't know what goes into a comp. And I believe it was only until I retired from console watch that I knew what brawl is and what it's supposed to do.
That's kind of
Um,
crazy.
I still don't know what 6-man is supposed to do.
How?
Bro!
I remember I
Bro!
think Axel was trying to teach us a comp, and then he said, "All right, guys, go this comp," and everyone switched. And I'm like, "What DPS go into this comp?" And then he had to explain to me. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
That's
remember
crazy.
that.
Why do I have like I don't know. I kind of like I kind of like the comp like it's like a kind of mental game of chess basically on like comp countering and shit like that, which I think is very unique to Overwatch and League and shit. But
Oh, I love that about
in
Overwatch.
League you're just locked into picks. It's a little different.
Yeah, I get that. For me, I stand by the idea that if you deserve to win, you can play any comp and win.
I don't
So you
think
can
it
play
runs like that. I don't.
you could play the exact same comp and just beat them. Shoot them faster. Shoot them rapidly. Shoot
Honestly,
them with better accuracy. Boom. Game 1.
why don't we just start playing like? Can the next meta comp be like Zarya based? I'm tired of being a
That'd be fun.
DPS. I
And,
need
like,
to take someone's OT spot.
That's why Widow is just the best hero in the game.
I know
You-
it.
yeah,
Like
You,
there's
you
I-
touch their taint, they're gone.
you hold LT, and then you hit RT. It's crazy. It works wonders. But yeah. Okay, now that we're done being off track, Ignition versus Zora. What was map 1? Which map did
Map
they win?
One.
They won the first map.
Damn, that's crazy. They peaked.
Yeah,
They won.
that's also what happened with Tucanes, right?
It is. They won first map and then we kind of went and rolled them after.
Damn,
well, not rolled
that's
them.
crazy.
Both games
So
were
you guys
close.
just hate winning map 1s, huh? You guys
Yeah.
are not a control team. So basically, all right,
Well, we win
we're
the last
leaking
control.
it. We're leaking it. We're leaking the strats. If you want to beat Ignition, become a 1-3-5 team. All right, you become a 1-3-5 team and you're good. Trust.
You're on
See,
trust.
we did see the first. I remember the score. I remember the scores of the first map. They went. They've won the first round 99 to 100, or like 100 to 99. Then we won the second round 100 to 99, and then the last round we actually lost that one pretty badly. That was 86 to 100 that they won. The last round was pretty bad. I don't know what we were doing or thinking in the point of first map. I think first map was kind of a point in the day where we all like. We don't have brains anymore. Like, Bob Waffle isn't thinking, I'm not thinking, Plague's not thinking, no one's thinking at this point. And then map 2, we're all like, okay, the score is 0-0. Let's do this. Let's win it. So then for the rest of the game, we pretend the game is 0-0 and just keep playing. For some reason, that's our strategy. I don't know, man. And by the time
I
we got
mean,
to Rialto,
it's valid. That's super valid. If you just play the game like it's even, like it's 0-0, that's like
Yeah.
a super way to not get boomed. I mean,
Yeah, that's what
obviously
we-
it takes like. Sorry, I'm applying chapstick right now.
Fine.
I was trying to talk in the middle of doing that. It's just not. It's not feasible. Basically, what it is, it's like it helps you from being boomed. And honestly, I feel like that kind of mindset like helps you just play better overall because you're no longer worried
Yeah.
about the outcome of a game. You're just worried about the outcome of a map.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
like to think about it. It makes things on your brain a lot better. I don't know. I think that it works better for the team that we have here. The second map, Rialto, of course, the specialty of this team is going to be their ball comps because their main tank is Goggles. The Goggles can play pretty good ball, at least used to in CGL. They have pretty good off tank setup
And
like
so he's
Slump and
washed
Taco.
now?
Yeah, I'd say that he's washed.
That's
I've
crazy.
heard.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually
Yeah.
good. I don't know. I
No.
didn't watch it.
Goggles is
He-
washed. There's a lot of washed
He's
players.
washed.
Okay,
in
so
Yeah.
KGB hyped him up for like 2.5 weeks, and he's just washed, is what we've learned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed, to be honest, because I took like a season break from console watch, and I'm probably gonna take another season break after this because I'm just here for fun.
Hmm.
What do you mean?
But
I thought we decided that we were gonna win T3 together. Okay, whatever. We'll talk
oh
about
yeah, my
that
fault,
after
my
the
fault.
show.
Yeah. And I was just kind of disappointed by the fact that like it just isn't as competitive as it used to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd agree with that. Compared to like CGL last season, T2, the competition level, like there's a lot of the good still heavy hitters, but a lot of people took like a kind of a life break, which is understandable.
I honestly,
but
Yeah.
okay, on that point, I honestly think it's not much of the competition. It's because of the league. Like, I know there's a bunch of teams that just won't play in a league that has KGB running it, and like,
understandable.
like I get that
Sorry.
too. I wouldn't. I like if I was captaining a team, or if I had to be responsible in this league, I wouldn't want to do it, especially after last season because last season like finessed a T1 team into 5v6ing my T1 team because we couldn't get a sixth on, and like that's how stupid this league is. Like that type of shit works. You can pull that off. And stuff like that. Like I honestly feel like next CGL season and maybe next BA season, I don't know when they're gonna be. Like hopefully we get Overwatch 2 before we have to play like Overwatch 1 for again because honestly the balance patches are just hot garbage. But
Balance patches that come out so slow and they're not even like good balance patches. Like the thing that I find stupid. Sorry to go off topic again.
no, you're
but,
good. You're good.
Like
Run
Like,
up on them.
other games keep releasing like other content. Well, their sequels are coming out. I can't name any games off the top of my head because I only really play a couple games and a bunch of story mode games. But they keep like releasing content, so people are still interested in the game. The when Overwatch had released that they were not releasing any more heroes, it kind of ruined it because they could be releasing heroes that could work with a 6-person roster, but could also be implemented into a 5-person roster really good. I know that they are transforming some heroes, and like I know Sombra's being reworked, and I know Bastion's being reworked, but they could still even maps. I feel like the community would like not just deathmatch maps because they've been kind of gross, but I feel like the playing maps like more hybrid or escort or even like I don't know, I feel like some things they could be doing right now
Bro,
just to make the game more interesting.
Paris and HLC have been in a rework for 2 years. They've been being reworked for 2 years. That is
And they're
crazy.
still ass.
They are.
Yeah, I dodge all Paris and HLC games
In
because
quick play, those are just horrid.
yeah.
How did those maps go live? Like,
Uh,
that is the
No idea.
worst implementation of a like a spawn system. Like, I understand what they were going for, right? It's like defenders have advantage on the second point, but like you literally just have to walk out of spawn to contest. Like on other maps, you at least have to walk a little bit, or you might get staggered, and there's like a chance you can get like booped off or die or anything. But like on HLC in Paris, like no, you just literally have to walk forward. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Want to get back to the Zora versus
Apparently,
Vision
Goggles
game?
doesn't scrim, so.
Oh yeah, Goggles doesn't go to scrim. So what I had heard about so I don't even know. This is what B5 Phone had told me is that Goggles doesn't go to scrims and he just plays in games. I'm assuming that's because I've talked to Goggles before. I think he's a nice person. He's really cool, but he has a life. Like, man, like he actually has a life. I don't remember what he does,
He's not
but
committed to the grind, basically what you're saying.
yeah,
Goggles
he's
is
not.
chill.
Yeah, he's not he doesn't have the time to really commit to the game as much as probably he used to before. But it's just things that I'm just confused about. I'm like, people these days, I'm like weird to think about that people like expect such high expectations after people take breaks. I know that that's is the thing that do, but like it's been a while since CGL. Like CGL ended in the end of December or November. I don't know. But it ended a long time ago, and now I don't know what I'm saying, but the expectations were high and they kind of fell. Like as Conk was saying, it's disappointing to see him play. But yeah, sorry. I don't know what I was saying.
You're good. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
we're just kind of just going off. I mean, it is what it is at this point.
I guess.
Sorry.
I mean, anyone falls to the mighty Bob Waffle, so it's
That's true. Bob
it's
Waffle
really not
runs.
his fault.
I was preaching the Bob Waffle gospel before anyone else. That is kind of crazy. No one believed
no,
me.
I like
No one believed me, but I was preaching.
after playing with him, I don't understand how he's so good at Reinhardt.
I'm not gonna say my comments on Bob Waffle.
No. I will say her comments. Her comments,
I don't even think you know my comments.
her comments are Bob Waffle's like goated when he's trying at the game, but when he's not trying at the
That's
game,
real.
I want to strangle him with
That's
a-
so
Okay, that's so
real.
true.
2 coat hangers. Can we like keep
That
the
is so
convo
true.
on track? Can you like shut up?
Can you
Host your
like
own
get
podcast.
bitches?
Yeah, host your own show,
Yeah.
bitch. We can talk about whatever we want.
Honk, I have a question for you. How
Yeah.
close was Rialto again? I forget how. I know we fully capped. I just can't remember what they did. I think they got to second point, and then we had just held them there, like held them at like the end. I'm pretty sure.
I think we both like
Did we both
both-
cap all the way through? We
yeah.
did.
Did you go OT?
we both
did.
capped all the way through. They didn't make it past first point, third round, and
Yeah.
then we
We had hit the fourth point. The
yeah.
comps that Zora was running on a lot of these maps, the Arab dive, like the Arab dive, I can speak. It's like the Mercy Lucio, Ball Diva. What is the DPS in that? Farah Tracer.
Yeah, it's Farah Tracer, like Mercy.
Yeah.
Lucio that they were running. Yeah, they were running those comps, and they were pretty good and countered us a lot actually on some of the comps that we ran. But
Yeah.
at some points it was just wasn't enough, and their coordination was getting sloppy. And so we were able just to pick them off one by one, especially the pharmacy we were getting pretty good at countering it with Plague and Clonk and Versace all turning their heads to the pharmacy and just, it was dead as soon as it was up in the air.
Yeah,
Like, it was
doesn't
absolutely
sound like-
hilarious.
It doesn't sound like any fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a bit rough.
Yeah, I can only assume that that's what happened because KGB likes running one comp the entire time. I heard that it was
Yeah.
partially a coach diff, in that
Oh yeah,
it
was.
they wouldn't swap off a comp basically.
Yeah. Did
Well,
we
see,
have
their
coach?
coach was Soma. I
Oh,
think-
okay, never mind. It was lost. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I will.
It's lost.
I will say this. I love Soma to death.
You spawned.
Soma-
You spawned into the game, and the entire enemy already has 50% old charge. It's lost with Soma at coach.
Soma is one of the funniest and most fun to be around dudes that I know.
He's funny as hell. No, I agree.
Oh my god, him in a coaching position is not a good idea.
It's cursed.
It really is, and I love him, but I gotta say, when you are, I don't know, because I heard that there was some stuff with B5 phone that B5 phone like wouldn't play or couldn't play because of Soma.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I had Plague, no. Beef came into the party after. It was me, Axel, Versace, and Bob Waffle still after the game. Beef iPhone had came over. He had told me and everyone in the party that Beef wasn't allowed to play because Soma didn't like him.
Yeah, I think because I got into a party with Soma.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I got into a party with Soma immediately after the game as well, and we started talking. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just not gonna play Beef with these comps," and I'm like, I feel like that's not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when you're stopping a player who has genuine merit from playing on your team, it just can't help.
I get that.
But,
I honestly.
yeah, but Beef
Kind of feel
Beef wasn't even in the lobby.
that way. He wasn't even in the lobby. Like, it wasn't even an option
Was he?
to get him in.
No, he wasn't in lobby
That's
at all.
crazy.
Which
So that's partially
could-
okay. That's on the both of them then. If he
it could be.
leaves
It could
lobby-
be. Yeah,
if
it
you-
could be that Beef just didn't want to like show up to something that he knew he wasn't going to get played in, which I respected.
I mean,
He's not going
yeah.
to waste his time. I feel it. But
I think he was in the party actually, or he was hanging around, but Soma didn't play him, so I'm assuming he didn't join the lobby because of that.
Yeah.
That's
But,
crazy to me.
The game was interesting because as much as it was a coaching diff, it was also slump feeding on Lucio. That
he
was
didn't feed.
Okay,
was-
I heard
he
his
only
Lucio
had
was
to-
good.
He only had 20 deaths on Rialto. It was only 20.
wait.
Why
What?
why did Gringo make
Slump,
that
can you-
list?
Slum, can you confirm this for me?
Yeah, slump.
No.
It's gonna
I
take a
think
while.
his
The
main
delay's still
support.
kind of bad.
I know. I actually think Slump's main support is actually pretty good. I feel like in the position that they were there, Slump wasn't practicing for main support. What I had heard is Lux said she could make the game, and then said the day of she can't make the game anymore. Which things happen, of course, but he wasn't prepared to play main support. He doesn't have the practice and the scrim practice like the rest of us do. So he's of course going to feed a little bit more. He's of course going to be a little bit worse than us, but he did pretty good for what he had in his pocket at the moment. He was beating me some of the rounds, and I'm very sad to say that.
Okay, that's fine then. I was about to say, like, why the fuck did Gringo make that list?
And that's why he made this. If Slump had the practice in the scrims that we have, then he would be good like the rest of us, even better, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that the Zora with Lux and Sleep. I mean, there's a chance that they just run us for our money.
Yeah.
Sleep is filthy with it. I love Sleep. I'm like deep.
Soft though, you can't say Soft didn't do any good. He was so good. He has improved.
Soft did very well. I would say that the Pharmacy comp just got like shot down midair.
Oh yeah.
I'm not exact. Okay, so I don't have any game sense. I don't even know what to call that. But I shot them and they died. So I think that's a bad thing for them.
Yes, that is a bad thing. Good job, Conk.
Yeah. So
I'd say
Something that I'll
Sorry.
attribute to the loss. No, go ahead.
I'd say the closest map was definitely Hollywood. I'd say the map that wasn't as close was Nepal. The beginning of Hollywood. So they had taken it to the end for us, but we had stalled it down to a minute. From like 3 minutes on third point, which we were like impressed by, because like Hollywood third points, like they like either you make it all the way or you don't make it at all, or like you don't stall it at all when they get to the end, because they of course they have the position advantage, and they have most of the times they have ultimate advantage too. But when we had went for our attack, we did not get the point till like a minute, like 58 seconds I think is when we capped it, and we struggled so hard on the attack there. We got it pretty good by the end. We pushed second point like straight through. Like we had not many problems if I can remember, but third point was kind of a struggle, but we did pretty good there.
Yeah.
But I'd say Nepal, I don't think was close. I don't think we went to the third round of Nepal. Did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
We've won pretty dominantly.
I think by then we definitely had a grip on getting their tracer, their ball, and their pharmacy down. So their diva was getting demacked every fight because their ball wasn't able to, and tracer weren't able to do anything because, of course, your Cassidy was just killing them, and Plague's Echo was just killing them too.
Yeah, I love playing with Plague because Plague is just filthy at the Echo character.
Oh my god, he is. One thing I have to say about Zora on Nepal, you know the map where every team plays May Sim into the, oh, that's Village, the one where like you have the small room and like everyone goes stay on point. They played the ball comp there. I was really confused by that because every other T2 team I played this season in Scrimmed, they always play the Sim May, and it's basically a wall diff, but they played the Farah comp and they couldn't really hit us because we just kept hiding and trend like moving from side to side. Like did that confuse you at all, Clonk? Like
What
when they
exactly?
played the ball comp. You know, Nepal Village, where they had played the ball comp there instead of
was
the
busy telling.
music.
What is Village?
Telling Waffle to let his nuts hang.
I see that now.
What was what map is Village?
Hey, you know the one where you played Sim on?
Yeah. Unfortunately. Dude, fuck Symmetra. Oh my god. You know, fuck Reaper too, because boring ass
So
heroes.
boring.
You just
bro.
hold RT.
No
For
skill involved.
Reaper, you just walk with your monkey. It's just
I wish people would just let us play fun heroes. Rob Waffle letting his nuts hang. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
Okay, hold up. Alright, we gotta go back. We gotta get back on track. Alright, we gotta go over power rankings for this week.
Alright.
So, for this week, I'll switch us back into it. This is the week 5 power rankings. So pre-week 5, basically.
I'm waiting to see these power rankings. I haven't
they're gonna
seen them
take
yet.
a while. So at number
I
9,
know.
It's gonna be a little bit like I think the delay's gotten bad again. I think it's like 30 seconds, something around there. It's kind of crazy. I gotta figure this out still. I don't know if anyone in the chat has like any previous streaming experience and can tell me why the fuck this delay keeps happening, especially when I don't have any delay settings on, and like I'm not dropping any frames or anything like that. I don't know. So at number 9 we have Aztec Gods T1. I'm not saying the last part.
Coaxolotl?
Yeah, Axolotl. Quetzal. At number 8 we have Rose City Rogues. Unironically, I think that they might be. I think out of the T1 teams, I'd rather have Rose. For number 7 is Coliseum. Number 6 is Phrase. And then we go into a tier gap, basically. There's a big gap, I feel, from 5 and 6.
One of the things, isn't Phrase like really isn't Phrase like number 3 to 2 in standings?
Yeah, that's because
And,
they
like,
got a forfeit win though. They got a forfeit win and have had free. They have had free games so far. I can tell you the standings. Phrase is 2 because they're 3-0-1, and they have played. So they got to play Aztec. Uh, Aztec.
They
They
played
lost to
Glads.
Zora, and they played us, but we had to forfeit. So they did that. So they have They have a forfeit, T1 team, another T1 team.
Mm.
So
The thing is, they also like
they bullied the T1 teams though.
Yeah, they did.
They
Yeah.
definitely bully the T1 teams. I think that I think there's a very large gap in between 5 and 6 though, because
Yeah,
we shut down Ray's throats.
didn't Phrase like I don't know, didn't they take a map off Sora or something?
They did.
They did, yeah. They took a map off Sora, and
I also heard it was some tomfoolery involved there. So, but everyone keeps saying that it's some tomfoolery involved every single time Zora takes an L
Oh, yeah.
to some degree.
Bit of
So
tomfoolery.
I don't know what is actually happening there. But even so, I don't think that phrase is good. I think they're going to get exposed if they play any of the teams in the top 5 again. Like I can give them a map maybe, but like I don't see them winning at all. So 5 is no one. Honestly, as a player, we kind of suck right now, but we're not worse than Phrase. That is where I have us. 4 is a large difference. 4 was no one last week. This week it is Tuscany, who I think I had at 2 last week. If I remember correctly. I mean,
think you had
honestly,
him at 2.
I can see the scene. I can just do this. Oh, yeah, they were at 2, so they are no longer at 2.
Yeah.
They dropped down to 4, and I think that's just part of like, I don't know if they're a flash in the pan type of team, or it's just super unfortunate that Uo is getting 0 help. Which I think is part of it.
He shouldn't be. He has a good support line. I know Knock
No, the
and
support line's good, but I on DPS front at least, like this week kind of exposed like that DPS front was just super weak.
Cyber's good, but
Cyber wasn't there, I thought.
oh yeah.
I don't think Cyber played.
I don't know. I just know that Cyber's a good player. Arthro's interesting.
Holy shit,
But
Painless Twin just talked in chat.
What?
Dude, no way.
Painless?
What the fuck?
I
That's
haven't seen that
crazy.
man in years.
That's crazy. Okay. I don't know if Cyber was at the game or not. Someone can tell me, but Cyber left no one to win and has lost 2 straight. Pretty sure I said that last week too. But
Yeah,
it's still kind of funny.
Yeah. But if I had to keep it a bean, I would be on to Tuscany over no one as well.
Oh yeah, no, I agree entirely. I
I
agree.
would
There for no one.
I agree entirely. There's a point that I am putting no one at 5. Like right now, we are some hot ass because we have a
Yeah.
rotating lineup of players.
CP Widow, baby, run it up.
Dropping.
Yeah.
Yo,
Nah, but
man, Dolphin won't
To
even let
keep
me
it
play Widow against you. It's crazy.
that's so tough.
I got frowned upon for the comps I chose in our scrim
I wonder why. Sorry, my bad. I wasn't supposed to say that out
Jesus.
loud.
The comps
mean.
weren't bad. What? They were good
Think
yeah.
about
in in theory. They were good.
they're good comps. They're good. They were good comps.
We're just
Yeah,
retarded.
they're fine. Yeah, not the best, but we move. Looking back at the power rankings, Tuscany, I think, or I gotta say, stop. You affect me with the Tuscany. Los Tucanes de Tijuana are in a good place.
I love that.
I think that's just their
think-
rightful place right now.
Yeah, I think 3 and 4 are very interchangeable.
Yeah, because they're kind of choking right now.
Damn,
I'm not sure.
Painless just ratioed Cello. That's crazy.
I'm not sure if to kind of just hit a rough streak, but something happened. Because I was not expecting Lucky 13 to be this dominant.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Maybe
agree.
it's just kind of like like I don't know, just a fucking synergy
Yeah.
diff against teams that are good. I mean, if you have like two equal teams, whichever one has more synergy is gonna win. And I think there's just a few small differences also. But no,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Lucky 13 to pop off as hard as they were.
Yeah, and I mean,
Obviously we're just gonna kind of gloss over Zora because it's the same thing as Tuscany basically. It's like they've run into some
Zora. Yeah.
interesting problems. But
Zori and Tucanes have like talented rosters, just something isn't clicking.
yeah,
For Zora, it just could be the fact that everybody's on their toes with the schedule. Nobody knows what like what exactly who's gonna show up to a game, who's gonna show up to a scrim. I mean, Slump has to cover for main tank half the time. It's just like, I mean, that could cut deep into a team, especially
yeah,
their trust within each other.
no, definitely, I
Um,
agree.
yeah, and for Toucans, um, like they have good players almost everywhere. What's the Toucans off tank?
It's Viper.
Uh,
Sorry, no, it's Toucan's
isn't it
Tuscany's off
Ed?
tank right now is Brett. What I know.
Oh,
Or
yeah. Uh, Bread's cool, but there's gonna be a faltering tank line there.
yeah, it's
Same
just
thing with that DPS spot. Snoozy got shit on by Bob Waffle, one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was another thing that I was
who
disappointed in when
hasn't
I came
Bob Waffle
back.
shit on?
He has shit on everybody. Yeah, but
Bob Waffle is shit on like tier 3 players.
yeah, but when I came back to CCC, I mean Snoozy just won with Blix, so I was like, oh, you should be really good.
I think
He
on Blix, so it's just their support lineup and their DPS actually having the resources. With Arthro, with not doing so good that game, I don't think that Snoozy had the resources like he did on Blix, and why he couldn't play as well. To be honest, sorry to cut you off.
yeah.
Oh, Cello said in chat no one is having internal issues. Yeah, we're internally fucking ass right now. That is what's happening. Internally, we are just garbage. At number one is Ignition. Obviously, they haven't lost a game yet. They look pretty dominant in most of their games.
We look mid on paper though. Like if you looked at our
Well,
roster on paper,
Unironically, not even like
okay,
joking with
okay.
Deluxe
I'm not.
quote,
I'm
we
not.
are unironically mid on paper.
I'm not gonna lie. It looks super mid on paper, but Klonkson is final boss era right now.
okay, but like if you take a look at our roster, like just a second, we have
like, okay, you guys are beating single player and Clonk beats multiplayer. That's the type of beat he's on. Like
Gaming.
he's
Okay.
gaming.
Okay, if you look at our roster, just a second, I gotta pull it up real quick. We have two T1 move-ups. We have Plague and we have Bob Waffle. We have Volt, who, I mean, he did play for a T3 team after he was on, last CGL season, he was on Trip for 3 games, then went to Team A for T3. I mean, he's a pretty good... Which was, he plays pretty good. I enjoy Plague on the team. Versace, he played on Taking Space. He lost in the finals to, we have Ashen on our team who won against Versace, but he never shows up because he's too busy with his life and his kid. His kid's adorable. Love his kid. And then we have Milk Juice, you know? We have the one and only Milk Juice. I love Milk Juice. He just dominates the other teams. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, he dominates the other team's routers.
No, he doesn't.
He's a different breed. I appreciate that.
Okay, and then like we have me, which I mean, not that exciting. Like, who the fuck is Carlos Games? Like, shit.
I mean, everyone will like, everyone shits on you just because like, you're like low effective SR, but you put in more work than your SR states.
Well, the thing is, when you get Car on a team, so not to like just fucking suck you off real quick, but when you get Car on a team, you don't see it in game. Like you can see the improvements in game, but it's not based on her performance. It's based on her comms and just shit like that. Like the comm structure there is probably very like sleek and tuned in. Like that's the kind of player. Well, no, your comms at least I know are like that. That's the kind of player you are, where it's more of a out of game mental boost, which affects in game play more than it is I'm gonna go and just 1v6 for the win.
See, I mean, that's kind of true. You don't see. I'm not very mechanically gifted, as everyone could tell. I mean, Apotheosis Pink made fun of me last CCC season. It was me versus Faro on Hanamura first point. I won, but barely. I shouldn't have won that. But not mechanically gifted at all. But like in games, I don't want to like. I mean, Kilo and Devin made me feel very good the other day when they had trialed for our team to be coaches. You weren't there,
Yo,
Clark.
who shushed them? I need to know. It got tweeted out.
Who
Who shushed them?
Shushed my
That was-
boys.
That was Axel.
No, shot. I was gonna say it was Plague.
Okay, let me tell you something about Kilo and Devin's coaching style. Do you know Splash, right? Of course you know Splash.
Yeah.
You know how Splash likes to calm for you in game and call things
They
out
do the
for
same
you?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they do the same thing. They only like coaching in-game things. They don't really do out of the game. Like if you ask for a VOD, they might do a VOD for you, but that's not what Devin likes doing. That's what he told the team. He told us he likes doing macroing and stuff like that and like in-game stuff. And that just wasn't. I didn't personally. It might probably was a lot me choosing this, but I personally didn't like how that was run, especially because they wanted like full control over the roster. They basically made me pick it's us or Axel, and I'm like, I'm not gonna kick Axel off the team. He's been here for way too long. Hey, I'm keeping Axel.
Yeah.
You understand how like goated Devin is with the sauce? Extremely. Okay, we got.
I wasn't there the first time. Sorry.
We got to move.
One of the. Oh, I just gotta say this last thing.
Okay.
One of the things that I like in scrims is I like the personalities that come with it, which means I don't care how your gameplay is. If you're funny and you're cool, I like you. And I loved Kilo and Devin, so it was a big blow knowing that they wouldn't play for us. That kind of like boomed me for.
I mean, if you get shot,
I was in Pledge chat. I was
there.
Yeah, I was begging Taco to poach me for like half second. Then you know what? I realized I gotta take out the perk, and I realized that
Bob Waffle, what don't you like?
I'm a stick. I'm a stick with Ignition. So.
We have Bob Waffle who pings everyone in the middle of the day asking them to buy your his yeast.
Oh my god! I'm not gonna buy your fucking yeast.
Bro, he sent me a picture of like he sent me a picture today. I said
Of yeast.
Was it yeast?
Yeah, it was
yeast.
I didn't know
It's
until
yeast.
after, but
I know
okay.
he.
We're
Okay,
transitioning.
we'll go back on track.
Move on.
We're transitioning now. I'm torching a little bit of time. We've been here for like an hour, which I don't want these episodes to be too long, or I don't want these episodes to be like super short, like 20-minute speed in, speed out. You get basic information. That's all you need. Why did you just put an IP in chat?
Milk juice.
Shut up, milk juice.
Yeah, do you have a point where you predict scores? Because I was talking about. Okay, tell me when, because I have my own scores. I want to predict too.
Oh,
I've had these for a week now.
Week 5, and just say what I think is gonna happen. There's no graphic for it or anything. Okay,
That's
let's
fine.
start
Just tell
off.
me when you're doing
Last
it.
week we went with main tank first, so let's start with support first. So for the top 5 supports of the week, at number 1 we have Versace Rain. This list was done by Gringo and approved by Gringo, and he's not here to defend himself. So I'm just gonna run down the numbers, because I don't really know. Next is Slump, and after hearing that he had 20 Tetsum Rialto, to be 2 is kind of crazy. 3 is Car. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't watch the game. 4 is Soth. Again, didn't watch the game. 5 is Jolly JC Rogers, who I think is support.
That's the Lucky 13 flex. That's the Lucky 13 main support or flex support. He plays both.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's L13. Oh yeah. So there's that. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want to like sit here and talk
Welcome,
about
Ringo.
it. I want to sit here and talk about it for a second because I know the chat is super far behind, and I want to see their opinions on it before we transition. So
Spark.
We have a little bit of a surprise appearance.
Hello. It's everybody's second favorite host. I ended up being able to make it anyway. What have we talked about?
we're on top 5
power
supports
ranking.
of the week right now.
Power rankings like matches last week, and now we're talking about supports.
Yeah, we're going supports, DPS, tank this week. Tank, DPS
Oh, so I just got back for the fun part.
Yeah, you come
Yeah,
and
you
defend
get
your
to-
list as soon as the
The
chat
shit
gets to
talking
it.
period.
I think they're on the point where I was talking about the coaches right now.
They're
'Cause,
definitely they're around there because I saw Spark is meat writing. So
Is the
we're around
delay
there.
terrible again?
Yeah, it's bad.
horrible
I
again.
don't know why. And
Well, you-
bro, I tried to fix it. I don't know why it's doing that. It was good at the beginning. And
If
then
you would like to produce the STS cast from now on, hit up King Green. No, wait, no, that's not my Discord. Mr. Worldwide hashtag 0305 on Discord so that you can have your chance to produce this and do a better job than Spark.
Bro.
What Mr. 305?
my bad, my computer isn't like a fucking
Mr. Worldwide.
briefcase. Look, why don't you produce this for us? What? Wait.
Because my PC's horrible.
How much did you spend on your PC?
I didn't. It was a hand-me-down from 2015.
Oh, then how did you do late nights with Clunk on that then?
I had 0 other tabs.
Well, I have
open other
other
than
tabs
OBS.
open.
That could be a problem.
I
Yeah,
have to have Discord on.
Yeah, no. You could just like close out of Discord. And just have the audio shining through.
Really?
That's what I did. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why the last clunkies were horrible because every like couple of seconds it would pause. Because of just how bad my PC was. I had to have a laptop and a PC so that I could have one with tabs open and the other one actually running the stream.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so basically every single setting for streaming is so horrible. That's why I would stream like shit like GeoGuessr. Because
Yeah, no, I
could
can't. I can't stream anything. I mean, honestly, I'm encoding through my graphics card right now, which is also it's not a good graphics card, basically. But I was running to an encoding error over with the what is it? With like encoding through the application, so I went through the graphics card. I was like, oh, I might encode through my integrated graphics card actually. That might be the play, because that's not what I'm using anyways. So it's doing nothing besides just sitting there. I'll have to try that out later.
Yeah.
Okay, Gringo, come defend your list.
yeah.
Defend your list.
My list, which we're on supports
They're
first?
finally
Support.
here. They finally got to it. They can
did it.
see the list now.
Jesus. Anyways, I come up with the top 5 of each role, by the way, in case anyone didn't know that. If you're mad, wham, wham. Anyways, all right, let's continue.
The only
Cope.
thing I talk about is DPS. I haven't. I usually make like edits to his DPS top 5. But other than that,
Okay.
I just gotta sit here.
So for supports, I have Versace Rain, Slump, Car, Soft, and Jolly Rogers. I have Versace Rain as number 1 because man is an absolute beast on flex support, and he's only like what, like a diamond hit.
Bro, the chat
Or
is
Pyro?
so far behind.
He's 3054 was his effective.
3054 is effective. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense because honestly, I would say Versace Rain is the best flex support right now.
Even
In
over Sleep?
CCC T2. Even over
over-
Sleep. I think Sleep is a really good player. However, since he did not play against
They have
Like,
to play that week to be ranked, is what we're doing now.
Oh,
I'll say
okay, that
that
makes
they
sense.
have to be. They have to play. Because the first week was just top 5 players from what we've seen so far. Now we're doing it by week. So if you don't
Okay.
play, you don't get ranked.
yeah, that's why you're not going to see anyone on no one this week because they had what was
we
it?
had
Was
a
it forfeit or a bye?
We're gonna forfeit.
Yeah, and because they're ass. No, I'm just kidding.
True.
It's
We
just like
wouldn't have
how-
been on there anyways.
You're never
maybe
going to see
Jigsaw
you're not
just
going to see
got-
Zora
So
next week as well because they also had to deal with the forfeit this week. So
thank
just be
God.
on the lookout for that.
Stop cluttering the fucking thing. Rats. Honestly, I might just put Slump on there to piss people off now.
That would be funny.
So, yeah, I think the only person that is able to contest Versace Rain on flex support is Sleep. However, Sleep does
It's me.
tend to have
actually.
a really bad schedule. Spark, you wish.
What do you mean? You know how good I am?
Anyways,
Really good.
I had Slump as the second best support because he honestly kind of went crazy with it.
20
against-
deaths on Rialto.
20 deaths on Rialto, by the way. However, when he wasn't feeding his ass off on Rialto, I think he actually did a surprisingly good job because people don't realize that Slump VV is a flex god, you know? Back in CGL, he had to play a lot of other roles like DPS and support.
I've
A
been
lot,
DPS
'cause-
stiff by Slump. I have to admit. I'm lying. But
Yeah,
That's interesting. I was because playing against Slump, the only thing I noticed about him, was him like trying to constantly dive me. He killed me once and he teabagged me, and it was really mean. I hope he gets banned. But when I saw that, I didn't think that it was the best.
anyway, Slump is an absolute warlord on the main support there. That is why I have him at number 2. And right behind Slump is Carr. No offense, Carr, but I think Slump did a little bit better than you.
I think he did too. Don't worry. I was talking about that earlier.
It was also really funny just watching Slump play main support again in an official game.
Yeah. So pardon my brain damage. What's the difference between main support and flex support?
Okay, so typically
Supports played.
main support plays Lucio.
Well,
and
obviously I know
Mercy.
that, but like, what is the fundamental difference other than?
Oh, let Gringo
First
explain
Like,
that.
it's
so
quite literally.
essentially how I define it is typically based on typically main support is like less like mechanically based, and it depends on utility. So you have Lucio's speed, Brigida's ability to deny.
What
Anyone
is
that flanks.
mechanic? What are mechanics
Listen,
and what is
flex
utility?
support, you have to also be able to like aim and like have the mind of like a DPS player at sometimes, basically.
Is
Except if you're
mechanics just
more-
how good you are at pressing buttons, or what?
Your mechanic is
What
your mechanical skill is your aim and shit like that. It's like
Uh,
talent, shit like that.
Everything that has to do with the thing,
I would
the
say
game to play.
flex support is typically more mechanically focused and ability usage, which is why Baptiste, Ano, Moira, Zen, because Discord's very important ability. Immortality is one of the best abilities in the game. Otto's abilities are pretty
Yeah.
broken.
You're so good.
Speak on that and let your nuts hang.
True.
Yeah, I feel that. What's number 4 on your little list here, Gringo?
Number 4 is going to be right below Carr. I believe is Soth. I think the Slump Soth support line did rather well against Pyro. Even though the score may have been 3-1, I think. Excuse me. I think Slump and Soth did a good enough job. I don't know who starts between Sleep and Soth. Is it Sleep that starts? Like, I have no.
Sleep should start. Sleep
Are
and
you
Lux
okay?
should start.
I just ate, so I'm burping a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but Sleep and Lux in a perfect world should start, but they both have like horrible schedules. Or I don't think Lux has a horrible schedule. I think that Lux just was seeing her boyfriend, so
Yeah, she was.
which is tough, Not everyone is ready to make the leap that console watch is more important than your significant other.
Exactly.
But,
Don't tell my
once someone-
boyfriend that.
Yeah, once someone realizes it, they'll finally be in clarity.
Wait,
See,
Painless
exactly.
is coming back this summer. That's huge.
Yeah, I dropped out of school. I quit my day job. I abandoned my friends and family.
This is
just
all
so I could
true.
focus
The only
This is
reason I
all
work
true.
is
Watch
to pay
Grind.
for people to boost me in Overwatch. I don't really pay bills. I just get paid to. Please don't ban me. I enjoy being suspended. Okay, that's enough about support.
We didn't even talk about Jolly. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
GG.
Oh, Jolly existed, man. He played on L13. That was a mid-off, all right? There's not much to pick from. He was the best out of what they did. I'm not to put disrespect on your name, but I didn't watch it the entirety of the code. And it's like, again, it's other shit. I think that DPS is way more interesting. Also, I have to leave my house tomorrow at 7 a.m. for work.
Boo-hoo.
I gotta drive an hour and a half to go to my first install. I hate this. Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to wrap it up a little. while not like entirely pushing the pace of it. But yeah, let's go over DPS. So obviously number one is Clunk. In my opinion, after what I saw Tuesday night, I honestly think he's in final form. Man has powered up beyond belief. The power scaling is kind of crazy. For number two, 0-2, I think that they played extremely well versus Tuscany, and I like their performance. Number three is Buo. Again, we talked about this earlier when we were talking about the Tuscany and L13 game, but I think it still applies the same. He did as much as humanly possible. Um, it just wasn't enough. Four is Plague. Honestly, four is Plague because Plague's probably the best duo DPS, or like flex DPS, I guess you could say, right now, in my opinion. Um, but I still I think that. So Gringo originally had it where Plague was over Buo, but I think Buo was just doing the Lord's work and not able to like capitalize on stuff. And there's a little bit of a difference because Plague doesn't have to do the Lord's work to win. And I kind of value like I value the harder carry over the like I value the harder carry. And I think Buo is a harder carry. Then five is creativity because we kind of ran out of DPS to do, and I'm not putting a phrase or T1 player on here because they don't deserve it. Swag. He's not bad though, to say the least. I don't think he's bad at all. I just think that Zora's in a position where they're just like getting out of game type shit diff. Like they're just not setting themselves up for victory. That's my opinions on it. I don't know if you guys have anything. You can talk about it. I don't really care. I'm not gonna like force you guys to stop talking. Basically.
I'm not gonna speak too much on my fat girth that I let T2 taste, but I will say that almost every DPS on this list is pretty much interchangeable, and any week that a player does bad, another player can excel. All the DPS are such talented players. Same thing with almost every role. There are 3 roles, but yeah, same thing with pretty much every role. But I mean, what can I say? It's just I think every player is pretty much interchangeable. It's a fluid list. I was number 2 last week, and then I paid Spark $5, and now I'm number 1. So
Honestly,
for the low price,
Tuesday is what put you over. You were just final boss level. Not gonna lie. Like I understand it sounds like meat writing, but if you want like if those scrim codes were to go public, you would just see that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I picked Widow as a joke for Rialto, and it worked. That's one of my proudest moments. You don't understand.
You picked Widow on King's Row. You got a 3K, and I was like, I can't let him do this. I'd go down and get a 3K myself, and then end up staggering myself because swag.
Simply awesome.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. I don't know if Gringo or Car, you guys have anything to say about the DPS.
Not really. I agree with most of it, to be honest. I'd say the 5th spot there, like easy shots or creativity, could be swapped out there.
I personally think creativity did more than easy shots during that game.
Yeah,
I agree with that too.
From what I'm hearing, I think that
creativity's far was very dominant for the time that it like for a while until we looked at him.
Oh,
but still, dominance is dominance.
I forgot to announce our sponsor of our power rank. You know what? We'll let them sponsor the predictions for next week. That's what I'll do. Thank you for reminding me, Bob. I appreciate that. For top 5 tanks, obviously number 1's gonna be Bob Waffle. He is just big dick diffing everyone on the ladder.
Putting his yeast all over him.
He's yeasting on the competition. It's not even close.
Oh, I think this is the first time Pyro's been control of all the top 1 spots for every role.
Well, this also is the second time it's ever happened. So.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if you're counting KGB cast.
Either way, this is probably the first time I've seen Pyro dominance on it.
Who do you guys play this week, anyways?
Phrase.
Oh, Phrase? Okay, so
Fraser somehow 3-1. I cannot tell you why.
I
or
can tell
how.
you why. I can tell you
tell
why.
you.
It's a forfeit and 2 T1 teams.
Around the world.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna see exactly where Fraser belongs
That's
this
why I
week.
said you missed it during the power rankings. I was talking a lot about phrase. There's a big gap between 5 and 6. That being no one phrase. I think there's a tier gap there for sure. So Viper at 2. Viper kind of popped off this week. He was doing the Lord's work. Volt at 3 also apparently went nutty. I mean, if you're doing with Bob Waffle, you automatically look good. So that's a plus. I mean, I almost leaked information about Sayuga. Almost leaked. That was close. Yeah, Volt in my perspective. From Stingy and Snoozy, I think they're very interchangeable. I think Snoozy's on L13, right? Which one's on L13?
No.
Stingy?
Stingy is the one on
Okay.
L13.
Okay. Sorry, it's hard to. He said he was gonna Wib was gonna do stuff for this, but we kind of rushed this episode because we wanted it to happen before the week 4 games. Like, we don't want to do them on the weekend anymore. They're gonna be like Monday
Even
through
then,
Thursday.
we were still late because Zora already played their game today.
No shot.
It was a
Zora played their
forfeit.
game.
It was a
Oh,
forfeit.
Oh, okay, that's different. That's different. That is different.
yeah. You know,
Um,
honestly, just a dominance by Zora.
Stingy, I think Stingy just had more resources, but that tank play was really close. Snoozy, I just think that again the tank play was really close. It was sort of it was sort of a resource diff and a off tank diff in that one, which is why I think Viper's that high, because that's partially the reason that L13 were able to do so well. So yeah, anyone else have any thoughts on that list?
Oh no!
Okay.
I mean, I made it, so
Well, I know you
it's
made it.
perfectly crafted every week.
Yeah, great. I'm glad we say that. Okay, we're back to the live scene now. All right, so now for our Mercedes-Benz picks of the week. I have to go through and see who's actually playing. So we have Aztec Gods versus Bai. I think Bai wins that 5-0 easily.
By wins 5-0.
Yeah.
Bai's gonna take
Pyro
by
versus
defense,
Rocker. Pyro versus Phrase. I think it's Pyro 3-0.
Phrase probably. I would say Pyro 3-0, but
If you don't want to jinx yourself, you do not have to talk.
yeah,
Ringo,
I
you can
just
talk.
don't want to jinx myself, but I will say that there might be a chance that I forget that I have thumbs and we go 3-1. So.
Zora versus Rose. Rose win that 3-0. I will be surprised if it happens any other way.
Yeah, definitely. Rose is just so dominant on
Honestly, this week is a
on the
lot of
Switch.
gimme games. This isn't like this week is.
That's how I feel like that's how Swiss brackets work.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever played in a Swiss bracket game. Why does Munching do this?
Because it's fun.
Dude's a
You get to
certified
constantly
weirdo.
You get to constantly face the best of the best.
Yeah, Swiss
If you're
brackets.
good.
My favorite. I like Swiss brackets.
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah.
You face off against someone with a similar score than you.
I didn't know that.
What do you think it was?
I just thought it was like random every week.
No.
Like it was like random based off seeding though. Like basically your seed determined how much of a chance you played like a certain team.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
why
like
like
weighted odds or some shit like that. You know what
if you have a buy, that's why like it means that you're not doing well. So try not to have a buy.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure we had a buy.
Damn, no one sucks. Oh God.
Have we had a buy yet? No, we just had 2 forfeits. Let's go.
Say
then
down
it's-
in chat below if you believe that no one can turn their way around this season.
I'm banning anyone who says that. We cannot. I'll answer the question for you. I think we get first rounded. Depending on even if we get into playoffs. I don't know how
Oh,
playoffs.
who makes playoffs? Or
I don't know how this works, bro.
No, we have no idea how playoffs works
My
yet.
team
Even though
hasn't
this
announced
like,
anything.
that's so fake.
even though this
Munching,
like
if
the
you're
fifth week.
listening to this,
You think he cares about the community? He's
I'm
actually
getting
No.
listening to this?
I'm getting my arm surgery at the end of this month. Schedule a week off so that I can play and have fun with my buddies during
No clock,
playoffs.
no win. Unfortunately.
If you guys do lose, then I will have the biggest ego, but very sad at the same time.
Next week, or also we have Coliseum Gladiators versus Tuscany. I think we can all agree it's a Tuscany 3-0, right? If
What'd you
Coliseum
say?
even shows up.
Oh yeah, Tuscany.
Gladiators versus Tuscany. Tuscany 3-0.
Tuscany simply
I think
ratios.
actually it's 3-1 Tucanes.
I
I think
do not.
Glad.
Bro,
I think that Glads are worse than
how
Rose.
off
I
the
agree with that
pack
take.
are you? How off the pack?
I think Glads has what it takes to take a map off Tucanes. If Tucanes keep slipping the way they do, then
Okay.
Glads are just.
if they drop a map, then
I
Tucanes
just
are
think
just
You really want
Glads
the
aren't good.
Mercedes-Benz like sponsorship money, huh?
Tucanes was just like
You really
maybe
tryna
they could have
boost
been a flash in the pan. We'll see depending on like score.
Next
If Tucanes is just a
is
flash in the
Lucky
pan or
13
not.
versus no one. Honestly, I think Lucky 13 win this 3-1.
Yeah, Lucky 13, definitely.
Yeah.
I concur.
If I reverse Jinx no one somehow, is what it is. But at the same time, I do not think